Katie Silver has been to meet someone whose face has been transformed by the technology.
George Bowden was a keen cyclist when in 2011 he had an accident which tore his life and face apart.
I was out for a training spin. Look at my watch, and next to it I slammed into a piece of machinery around a corner. Not a good idea to hit something with your chin at 30 miles an hour, which is exactly what I did. It ripped the whole of my jaw off.
Doctors used bone from his shoulder combined with a titanium metal plate to rebuild his jaw. They then covered it with a skin flap. But two issues remained. He didn't have any bottom teeth, and his new mouth was tiny.
It's very difficult to speak when you have the opening of the mouth, the size of the walnut.
At her centre in North London, Veronique and her team inputted George's CT scan into a 3D printer. This is basically an oven filled with nitrogen and powdered nylon. It's already at a very hot temperature, but when the laser hits the nylon, it pushes it to the point that it melts. Here, they're making an engineering part, layer by layer. And over here, in the cooling station, is a 3D printing of George Bowden's jaw. It's a pretty exciting time for surgery. George's doctor, Ian Hutchinson, says 3D printing has revolutionised facial surgery.
We use it to plan the operation. We use it to actually design exactly what we're going to take. It has done so much for us.
Apart from planning the operation, George's doctors also used the model to make him bespoke teeth implants, perfectly fitted for his new jaw. The technologies helped him maintain a sense of hope.
I found two things. First of all, if you know you're going to get a solution, you can keep going. And secondly, red wine helps enormously.
But there's also that passion for cycling, which survives in spite of everything he's been through. Katie Silver, BBC News.
Well, that's one happy George. Another person who's benefited from the technology is Adi Adebayo, who's a bank manager from Lagos in Nigeria. Now, one day, Adi's bank was held up. He was shot repeatedly in the face. So, not surprisingly, he lost all of his right jaw, his lower lip, his teeth, half his tongue. He was treated by Dr. Ian Hutchinson. We've just seen in Katie's report there. And I'm delighted to say Adi joins us from Lagos now. I suppose what I've got to ask you first of all, Adi, in the time we've got, is when you came round from that appalling attack and had to start thinking about where it left you, what did you think your prospects were?
Well, initially I was hopeless, but I was happy to have met Professor Ian Hutchinson, who gave us a very bright hope of reconstructing the jaw. And they did a perfect job at the end of the day. So I'm so delighted.
Yeah, I mean,
originally it was very, very hopeless.
Yeah, sorry, we've got a little bit of delay on the line, but it is an extraordinary thing to be able to offer you, to give you from all this sort of work. How much, nonetheless, how much further do you think it could go for you as a patient? How much better yet could things be, do you think?
Considering how where we are coming from and having gotten to this level, I believe with the experience I had with Professor Hutchinson, I can still get a lot better, and with a lot of assurance that he has given to me that if I want more to be done, yes, it can be done. So I'm happy to go further and get a lot of things done on the jaw.
Adi, we're out of time, but thank you so much for joining us here on GMT.